So this is going to be mostly an unscripted video today because I wanted to talk about morning pages. If you don't know what morning pages are, basically every morning, right when you wake up, you write down 3 pages, just stream of consciousness thoughts, just to kind of put it somewhere and act as a brain dump, and they're supposed to be just kind of helpful for you and your mental clarity. I was skeptical to try doing these because I have been a journaler for almost 10 years now at this point, or probably more than 10 years. And I've kind of felt like, do I really need another notebook for something or another journal for something? When I first started doing them, I was kind of worried that I wouldn't have enough to write. But once the pen touched the page, I kind of just went, and it was relatively easy. So easy, in fact, that I hurt my hand trying to keep up with the writing. I had to put a little bit of a bulb type grip on my pen because I had to kind of take breaks to shake out my hand. It was just a lot. It was a lot going on in there. Mental vomit, if you will, to write in this way. I did have some difficulties with doing this because technically you're supposed to do them right when you wake up in the morning, and I wake up at 5 a.m. and this was tough. I have a set routine in the morning, and this kind of threw a wrench in that for me. Morning pages takes about 20 minutes to half an hour for me to write, and it kind of went into my meditation time and my reading time. So I think the time frame that you're supposed to do these, I think in the future I will kind of move around to another time that could be more helpful to me, like afternoon pages or something. Sometimes trying to write these, I would be falling asleep, so my handwriting was just atrocious. Technically, you're not supposed to go back and read them, but it's really bad, illegible. Letting myself kind of make something ugly, or let it be ugly, has been something to kind of overcome for me, and to not care about how my handwriting looks and the legibility of it all and all that stuff. I think in some ways has been really freeing to me and kind of let me let go of this image of, all journals are supposed to look nice. As somebody who watches a lot of the journaling and notebook content on YouTube, some people have these really beautiful bullet journals that they do, and you feel a little bit of the pressure to have your notebooks look the same, and to have something where it's ugly on purpose, that's a part of the thing, has been nice for me, I think. So something kind of weird that I discovered while doing morning pages is I like to write these in blue ink. All of my other journals and notebooks I write in black, but I really wanted to differentiate the experience of writing in this particular notebook. Black is an official color of an ink, it just feels prim and proper for some reason to me. Red ink would feel a little bit too corrective, like when you get something wrong on your homework when you were in elementary school, But blue ink for some reason feels right to me for morning pages. I don't know what it is. But writing in here, I think, with a different ink color kind of helps to put my mind in a different, way, I guess. It's kind of like artists, when they are drawing something, oftentimes they will use another ink color that's not black to kind of let their brain let go and test out a bunch of different poses or different shapes and stuff like that and kind of loosen up. I know it's kind of weird, the ink really doesn't make a difference, but to me it does. It's a weird, mental thing. Another thing is, because this notebook is from Dollar Tree, I feel that I am able to kind of let go a little bit more and let it be messy. Again, going back to my perfectionism. For example, this is the Lloydstrom 1917. These are $20-something. And because I know they're $20-something, there's almost this premium quality to it. Your brain kind of thinks because it's worth this much money, I have to write things that are worthwhile in there. But because this is cheap, I don't really have that feeling as much. Also, just getting a piece of painter's tape and writing morning pages on it and just slapping it on there, I think has also been a way for me to be who cares, Really, my perfectionism with this has been put to the test, I think. In terms of the helpfulness of morning pages, I think this has helped me to see some of the trending topics that are going on in my brain, the stuff that I should probably bring up in therapy. In terms of the mental dump of it all, I think it has been beneficial to me, but as a ruminator, I do tend to go back and I will recycle the same thought over and over again. I don't know if this has been another medium for me to ruminate in. It does help me address some things, but in some ways maybe it is aiding me in rehashing something that maybe I don't have to rehash and that I could let go of. I think maybe even the repetition and knowing that I'm repeating the same thought over and over again can be helpful to me in the way that it's like, look how much energy I'm spending on this thing, and look how much time and it's taking from me and stuff like that. I think morning pages are something that I'll probably continue to do just because I think they are at least a little bit helpful to me. I want to be able to, I don't know, free myself in some ways from the clutches of my own thoughts, and I think so far they have been a little bit helpful. It's hard to gauge because I've only been doing them for a week now, but overall I think I'm getting something out of it. I'm not really sure what the something is, but yeah. I'm not really sure what else to say about morning pages. If you find them helpful or not helpful, let me know in the comments. Let's talk about it. And in the meantime, take care of yourself. I'll see you next time. Bye.